there's only one thing worse than being talked about, and that's not being talked about.
Exactly.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
So
I've only ever been to one live comedy show in my life, but I mean, I've loved it my whole life anyway. So
Maybe you should come back next time. Come and perform here. We can hear some more stuff.
on here, is it?
Every 2 weeks, I'll keep you posted.
Okay.
Just keep on going. Don't put it this way. Keep on going. Don't ever stop, no matter how bad it gets. Just keep on going, because it gets better as you get better.
Keep writing, because the more you write, the better you get at writing, and the more you edit, the better your writing will be. I've learned that. I've been a writer now for 50 odd years or something. The more you write, the better you get. The more you edit, kill your little darlings. Don't save your babies, kill them off. The more you take the knife to what you've written, the sharper it will be, and you just get better and get better and get better.
So keep on narrowing it down.
Yeah.
I've got about I've made a whole section of stuff for a half an hour set, and I've got about 50 one-liners.
That's good.
I went into my local record shop the other day, and I said, "What have you got by the doors?" He said, "A bucket of sand and a fire blanket."
Simple, I like it.
It's been cut down to the basics and the raw jokes. It's just so that joke there is so refined.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so in depth thinking about it, I forget how simple it's meant to be and can be. So, yeah.
But you gotta remember, there's a lot of thought gone into that as well.
Yeah, that's true.
It wasn't just. It's simple, but a lot of thought.
Yeah, you got to really kind of edit the fuck out of it, haven't you?
Because I bet you any money that was at least 20 seconds longer at the start of that joke. When that joke was first originally written, it was 20 seconds longer.
They usually are. And when I'm writing my poetry, there I start off with 3 pages. I write and write and write and write. And you got to take the knife to it, and you come up with something like about 4 or 5 verses, but it's as sharp as it can possibly be.
Straight to the point, basically.
Yeah. And you're gonna at times when you write absolutely nothing of any worth. That's the way it goes. That's par for the course. No one's going to write War and Peace every week. It's not going to happen. So you write what you write, but you consist. You just keep going, keep writing. That's the secret. All these guys. I remember this British politician. What's his name with the whores in Mayfair? Anyway, whatever. And Jeffrey Archer, that's right, Jeffrey Archer. He went in, he got caught with the whores in Mayfair. Bad luck, he got caught. All the others don't get caught. But he's a writer, and he's a very, very, very wealthy man. Through his writing, he writes pulp fiction. It is absolute tripe, but it is the sharpest tripe you will ever read. And it's garbage. I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but he's a bloody good writer. And it's about the business. It's not about, almost like our personal stuff that can come into it. Yes, absolutely. But primarily and first and foremost, it's about the business of writing, not, whether we're a great philanthropist. Who gives a shit? Write good stuff. And it'll get more attention than our social scenarios, whatever. Business is business.
That's true. That's really good.
I've got one that I'm looking at now that's for most of the people I've told it to, it's got a laugh instantly. But if it's okay, I want to try it now.
Yeah, go ahead, mate.
If you get beat up by someone for smelling their toes, are you getting a sense of defeat?
They're very subtle.
Yeah,
They're
they're
very
actually quite
subtle.
subtle. It just takes a minute. Maybe
Yeah,
that's just me, but it takes a minute. So,
they're
oh,
very
oh
subtle.
yeah, yeah. That's good. It's good. Yeah.
I watched Julian Clary do his act once. Very funny, very funny man. Very funny man. And there's those spaces in between when you're waiting for people to get something, and he said, "Hurry along." It was just so sharp.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. It was so clever.
Yeah.
Hurry along, and that was it. That's all it took. Just filling in the spaces, waiting. In that, there's that few seconds before people get it, before they get it. So just fill the spaces.
Mhm.
So
Whatever.
there's a punchline, and then he says "hurry along," and then the audience laughs or something.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
he delivered this punchline, and there was just that kind of almost like millisecond delay in the response. It's a very funny joke. Usually, it's a very funny joke. And he just filled the gap. Hurry along. And they got the joke by the time he'd said that, and that added to the humor. Very clever man. Very clever, very good writer.
Fair enough.
And it is about timing actually as well. It's
Yes.
hugely about timing.
Yes.
I've
heard that by quite a few people actually. Yeah, that's a pretty good bit of advice actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Timing is very important.
I've got some news. I've got some news. Sorry about cutting off. Now this is good. I like this after show talks, because now someone has texted me. She wants to read us a poem. So you guys, you don't know who she is, but this is a surprise. It's here on the audience, and this is a lovely night. I love this. All the artists who are hiding now, they're coming out. That's great.
That's good. That's good.
Please, let's give a hands. Let's put hands together for Loraine.
Loraine.
I'm sorry, I'm not a comedian, so that's why I thought
it's allowed. Go ahead.
I've just been like extracting by laughing at what you always, presenting. So I was like, can I read a poem? So is that all right, everyone?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's called brave.
Okay, so my poem, I will read. This one is entitled, let's see which one. We will not be silenced. It's a bit political, but yeah. We will not be silenced. As we navigate a system that is created not to care for people, a system built on racism and greed, we are told you need to behave, do not speak up, it will affect your case. As we wait for decisions for years, a decade of anxious anticipation without stability and certainty of the indefinite leave to remain, we are stuck. We are stuck in sexual abuses and rape. We are stuck in sweatshops ready to be exploited for £1. As we are denied the right to work, our skills are wasted, our education made obsolete, we lose income, savings, and pension. Food banks have become our way of survival. As we are forced into destitution by the state, heavily affecting our mental health, depression breaks us down, depression breaks our hearts, depression breaks our lives. In the pandemic, like sardines, we're packed in graveyards and in run-down barracks and hotels for shelter. Silence does not make us safer. We are now creating space for ourselves where we look after each other, safe space where we have a voice, we are understood, where we express ourselves unapologetically. As decisions are being made for us, we are learning how to make decisions together, connecting with ourselves, because we know what works. We know what doesn't work and why. Although detained, dehumanized, and destroyed, ostracized, caricatured, and marginalized, just as those of all kinds whose rights are denied, we emphatically say to you, state racism, we will not be silenced. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah,